Hi, you're welcome to today's class. In today's class, we'll be dealing with word problems on fraction. And one thing about word problem is that you must be able to decide whether you want to add, subtract, multiply, or divide. So we're having a couple of questions here that will be the one to decide whether we want to add, subtract, or divide. So the first question says, a guest spends 1/4 of our pocket money on Monday, 3/8 on Wednesday. What fraction of money is left? So the problem with this question is that we don't know the actual amount, the total amount of the pocket money the girl had before she decided to spend on Monday. Then she decided to spend 1/4 of it on Monday, 3/8 of it on Wednesday. So what we are going to do is that we are going to assume that the pocket money given to the child, we are going to assume, let's assume that the pocket money, total pocket money is, we assume that it is 1. So 1. So if you get, let's assume that the pocket money, the total pocket money is 1. So she decided to spend on Monday, she spent 1/4 of it. Then on Wednesday, she spent what? 3/8 part of it. So the question is, what fraction is left? The fraction that is left, what we need to do is that we are going to subtract the fraction that the fraction of the money that she spent on Monday and Wednesday. We are going to subtract it from the total amount of money, which is 1. So what we have is that 1, this one, which is total amount, total pocket of money that we assume, minus 1/4, the fraction of the pocket money that she spent on Monday, minus 3/8, the fraction of the money that she spent on Wednesday. So what you do then, you what? It's very simple. Just look for the SCM. The SCM will be what? Will be 8, because 1 is a factor of 8, 4 is a factor of 8, and 8 is a factor of 8. So 1 is 8, that'll be 8. So use the 8 to multiply this one, which is the numerator. That'll be 8 times 1, 8 times 1 minus 4, 1 is 8, that'll be 2, 2 times this one minus 8 in 8, that'll be 1 times 3, right? So what is 8 times 1? 8 times 1 will be 8, minus what is 2 times 1? That will be 2, minus what is 1 times 3? That will be what? 3/8. So you have 8 minus 2. 8 minus 2 is what? That will be 6, and 6 minus 3, that will be 3. So the fraction of the pocket money left is what? 3/8. The fraction of the pocket money left is 3/8. That will lead us to the second question. The second question is that a boy plays football for one number 3/4 hours, listens to radio for 3/4 hours, then spends 1/4 hours doing his homework. This is how much time does he spend together? Now, if you look at the activities of the boy played football, listened to radio, and also did his homework. So if you're able to get the sum of all the hours that he spent in carrying out these activities, we're able to get the total time spent. All you need to do is, so all we're going to do is that we are going to add all the hours together. The total will be 1/3/4 hours that he spent on radio, that he spent playing football, plus 3/4 he spent listening to radio, then plus 1/4 is used doing his own work. So what's the next? Now that we have all the fractions, you can just proceed to solve. So you can bring the whole number part. We have the whole number for this is 1 for this fraction. Then we also have the whole number for this, that will be plus 1. And you put the fraction part inside the bracket, that will be 3/4 plus 3/4 plus 1/4. So that will lead us 1 plus 1 is 2. 1 plus 1 is 2. I think this space will be 2 small. Okay, let's manage the space. So 1 plus 1 is what? Is 2. 1 plus 1 is 2. Then what about the bracket? The SCM will still be what? Will still be 4, since the denominator is the same thing. Then we can repeat since the denominator is the same value, we can just repeat the numerator, because 4 in 4 1 times 3 will still be 3. So we are going to have 3 plus 3 plus 1. So that will lead us to 2. 3 plus 3 is what? 6. 6 plus 1, that will be 7/4. But this 4 can still go in 7. This we can still use 4 to divide 7. When we go in 7, that will be 1 remainder 3. So the one time that the 4 can go in 7, you add that 1 to 2. So this 2 will turn to 3. Then you write the remainder. That will be 4 is 7. That'll be 1. If we added 1, that 1 to 2. So that 1 not that 2 not turn to 3 now. The remainder will be what? That will be what? 3 over 4. So the total hours spent by the child is what? 3 number 3 over 4. 3 number 3 over 4. Now the last question for today's class, I'm going to read it out. You can easily see the question on the screen. The question, I'm going to read it out so that we won't waste our time. So the last question for today's class is that one lecture at an evening course lasts 1.5 hours. If the course lasts 30 hours altogether, how many lectures are there? So in order for us to get the number of lectures, you know that a lecture goes for 1.5 hours. We're just going to use that 1.5 hours to divide the 30 hours. So number 3, example 3 will be what? That will be, this is supposed to be hours. So that will be what? That will be 30 hours divided by 1 number 1 over 2 hours. So you have 30 hours divided by, I'm going to change this mixed fraction into improper fraction. That will be 2 times 1, 2 plus 1. That will be 3 over 2 hours. So what's the next thing? That will be 30 hours over 1. Then this division, I'm going to turn into multiplication, so that then now that we have turned into multiplication, the next fraction will turn upside down. So the denominator will turn to numerator, the numerator will turn to denominator. That will be 2 over 3. Like that, 3 is a factor of 10. So 3 will go here 1. 3 in 30, that will be 10. So 10 times 2, the answer is what? 20. That will be 20 lectures. So the answer is 20 lectures. 20 lectures. So we have come to the end of today's class. Do not forget to subscribe if you are yet to subscribe, and make sure you put on the notification icon. Thank you for being part of this class.